still Castles and Cribs, your premier online property TV. My name is Said Fuad, your host, and today on the property law segment, I'll be speaking with a registered surveyor. His name is Andrew Dokai. He's the MD of OTIC Surveys, and he specializes in land surveys, water surveys, air surveys. He's a graduate of the University of Lagos. He has worked in the oil and gas sector before moving fully into his own private practice. He's a member of the Nigerian Institute of Surveyors, NIS, and also Association of Private Practicing Surveyors. Today we're going to be having a lot of discussion with him on how important is a survey plan in land transaction.
A survey plan is basically a document that describes the location and ownership of a property. That's the basic definition of a survey plan. So for example, on a survey plan, what are the things you find on a survey plan? You find the name of the owner, the location, the size of the property, whether it's in square meters, hectares, or acres. Then you find also the name of the surveyor that did the job, the name of the registered surveyor that did the job. So, and the date. So those are basically the things you find on it. And also the coordinates of the property, which is very, very important. So those are basically the things you find on a survey plan. Preparation of a survey plan is basically the job of a surveyor. Now, I need to distinguish. We have registered surveyors and we have those that are not registered. Now, this is very important. You need to really know who you are dealing with, and you need to know who is preparing your survey plan. You understand? So it is the duty of a registered surveyor to prepare survey plans. So whenever you hire a surveyor, you need to, it's a question you need to ask. Are you registered? Because the survey plan is prepared for you and it's not prepared by a registered surveyor, you can't do anything with it in Alausa. You understand? So it's basically a piece of paper. It's not really a survey plan. So in summary, a survey plan is prepared by registered surveyors only. Any other drawings that describe properties can be prepared by other people that are not surveyors. You understand? But if it's a survey plan that will be registered with the state or federal government, it has to be prepared by a registered surveyor. If you are speaking with a surveyor and you want to know if he's registered, for Lagos State now, your best bet is you get his name, and then you go to Nigeria Institution of Surveyors office at Ikeja. So their office is just opposite ShopRite, that mall, Ikeja Mall. So that road has beefy. Once you enter that, you see a big green building opposite Elephant House. There used to be Elephant House. That's the building. You go there, the first floor, go there, give them the name of the surveyor or the name of the person that is saying that he's a registered surveyor, and they will tell you if he's a registered surveyor or not. So that's the best way. If you can't go, you can send someone, but it's very important that you are sure you are dealing with a registered surveyor, because it's only registered surveyors you can trace. Any other person, if there's an issue, you can't trace them. In land transaction, a survey plan is very vital. In fact, it's like one of the most important documents in any land transaction, because a survey plan describes your property. How else will you describe your property? You know, everything is located somewhere. And property, you need to describe the location of the property accurately for you to be able to say, okay, yes, this property belongs to you. Because wrong description of property is one of the number one causes of property litigations. You understand? Somebody will say, my land is here, my land stop here. No, my land, you understand? Especially between neighbors. So if you say something is here and it's actually 10 meters away, you are describing somebody else's property. Survey plans are very important. They describe the exact location of a property. So, and then that description, like the survey plan carries also the area and the owner and the correct address, and then something that is very important, the correct coordinates of that property. You understand? Because sometimes people play funny. Because an area is not good, it's under government acquisition, they will fly, there's something they call coordinate flying. They will fly the coordinates, they will put another coordinate. Do you understand? But a layman will not understand those numbers. You understand? So that's why if you see professional lawyers, when lawyers are preparing a deed of assignment and every other document. Some, for example, you see, it's always good to have your survey plan before your deed, but in some cases, it's not possible. You understand? So, sometimes you see lawyers, they will leave space for those details that are supposed to come from the survey plan. You understand? Like the area of the land, the government pillar numbers, the coordinates, you understand, and some other things. So, that survey plan provides those very vital information, so which you really need to be able to accurately describe the location of a property. So a deed just tells you the location of a property, but a survey plan tells you where exactly that property is. You understand? For example, now if you in a developing area that doesn't have house numbers. You understand? Sometimes some streets don't even have names yet. How do you describe the location of that property? So survey plan has something that is called coordinates that will take you exactly to where that property is. You understand? That's the power of that's the power of a survey plan. A survey plan will take you directly to where. So I can give you some instances, some examples of. We've had somebody that he bought, I think, about 1 hectare of land somewhere in Ogun State. And then he left it for some years. His plan was, I will keep for some years and then later sell at a profit. I will buy cheap now. You understand? I'll buy cheap now and then after some years, I will sell at a profit. So it was at Ijoko in Ogun State. So after, I think, about 10 years, he now needed money. He needed money and he wanted to sell the property. By the time he got to Ijoko, he had not been to Ijoko in 10 years. By the time he got to Ijoko, he could not recognize the place again. So he didn't know how to get to his land. You understand? He said, but from here, everywhere was now built up. So what he did, somehow they now contacted us to help find that property. So what did we do? We just asked him, do you have a survey plan? He said yes. So he gave us the survey plan. And then we used the coordinate on the survey plan to pinpoint the exact location of that land. You understand? Without address. The address was just in Ijoko. You understand? The village name and Ijoko. You understand? But we're able to get the exact location of that property. So you can see how important a survey plan is. So if you want to get a survey plan, the first thing you need to do is, at least you need to acquire the property. The property has to be your own, or at least you need to have an agreement with the seller that, okay, we want to prepare this plan. So once there's an agreement, or once you've actually acquired the property, you can go ahead and do your survey plan. So in order to get a survey plan, you look for a registered surveyor. I have to continue to emphasize this. Always ensure that you are working with a registered surveyor. If you have any issues along the way, you can always track him down, even if you don't know his office. As long as you have his name, you can always track the surveyor down. So you get a registered surveyor. He will go to your site. He will take measurements. He will do his work, and he will ensure that he maps out. For example, on survey plans, sometimes you see only the boundary of the property. Sometimes you see the boundary and the building on the property. And then always you will see a road. You understand? So he maps out the road and he maps out the boundary of the property. So when he has done that, then he will now go back and prepare a survey plan with your own details. Like sometimes some people will say, and the former owner has survey plan. Now why should I do my own survey plan? We always tell them that you need to do your own survey plan. You need to do a survey plan in your own name. You are the new owner. You understand? So you do a survey plan in your own name. So basically, like I was saying, that's how to prepare a survey plan. You get a registered surveyor. The surveyor comes to your site, he takes his measurement, and then he goes and then prepares the survey plan. After preparing the survey plan, he will actually give you a copy. He'll give you your own copies. And then after he has given you your own copies, he will now go to Alausa to now register that survey plan. So you see people saying red copy. Where is the red copy? So there's actually nothing like red copy. You understand? Say, some clients will call and they'll say, so I hope you give us red copy. I always try to educate them. There's nothing like red copy. That thing you are calling red is record. There's no red document anywhere in Alausa. It's record copy. And what's that record copy? It's just a copy of that survey plan that they've given you. although it's not usually prepared on paper, it's usually, most times it's prepared on film. You understand? But there's no red document anywhere. It's just a copy of that your survey plan that will be lodged. Sometimes we say lodge the record copy with the government. So after he has done that, he will now give you what is called evidence of lodgement of record copy. So that signifies that your survey plan has been properly registered. So it's not always like that in every state. Like Ogun State will give you a certificate of deposit. You understand? But whichever way, after the job has been completed, the surveyor is supposed to give you a document that signifies that the land has been actually properly registered. So one thing you need to always remember is this: when you give a surveyor a job, a property job, to do a registered survey for you, his job is not complete until he has given you the document that signifies that that land, that survey plan has been properly registered. You see, this question of fake survey plan or closed survey plan is an issue. It's a serious issue in Lagos State because the problem is this. We surveyors, most times we don't. Most times for field work, we are always in the bush. Most times we go to the bush, and most times we always have survey assistants. You understand that some of them are not graduates. Some of them are not graduates. So some of these people that work with surveyors, they learn the work. Then after some years, because they've been with a surveyor, everybody starts calling them surveyor. You understand? So everybody starts. So if somebody wants to do a job now, they will call him. It's somebody that has been following a surveyor. He didn't study surveying in school. He doesn't have a license, nothing. But he helps out on site. He helps the surveyor. Maybe it's to cut bush, to set up the tripod, and whatever. So, but since he has been working with a surveyor for years, after some time, everybody starts calling him surveyor. But he's not a surveyor. So now you see these people. After some time, these people will start calling them to give them jobs. So they give them jobs. And these people will now, in some cases, they will now go and prepare survey plan and then put a registered surveyor's name as if it was prepared by the registered surveyor. They will sign and seal it. So when they prepare the present the survey plan to you, look at it. The first thing you need to check is it the person that gave you the survey plan? Does the survey plan carry his own name? You understand? The person that you gave the job to, does the survey plan carry his own name? If the survey plan does not carry his own name, it's not yet an issue. Now, the next thing you say is, okay, who is this person that signed this survey plan? You understand? So, if he's supposed to tell you, and you are supposed to verify that this person that signed the survey plan is actually a registered surveyor. And then next time you try and deal directly with a registered surveyor. So as I was saying, some of these people that follow surveyors for years, after some time, people start giving them jobs directly and they start to prepare survey plan. Sometimes they put a surveyor's name, sometimes they even use their own name. Now, the best way to find out when you have a survey plan, to find out, is this survey plan a genuine survey plan? Was it prepared by a registered surveyor? Is to find out if the person that signed it is actually a registered surveyor. That's one. Then two, find out from the person, were you the one that prepared this, that signed this survey plan? You understand? So once the surveyor says, no, though I'm a registered surveyor, this is my name, this is my registration number, but I don't know about this survey plan, you know that you have a fake survey in your hands. You understand? We've had cases of people that have been taken to court. You understand? All these surveyors, they are not surveyors. Sometimes we call them quacks. But like I've observed, we have this kind of people in every profession. The architects that are not registered, that prepare drawings. The engineers that are not registered, that build houses. Even you'll be surprised to find out that abroad, our colleagues abroad, they complain about the same thing. So it's a universal problem, but it's your own duty to just always ensure that whenever you give somebody a job, you are sure that the person that prepared it is a professional is registered, and you are sure that what you are getting is an original survey. So to summarize it, you want to know whether a survey is original. The first thing is you check, just go straight to the name. Just go straight to the name of the surveyor, and then look. In my own survey plans, I put my, you see, when I sign, I put my name, I put my phone numbers and my address. You understand? If there's any problem, call me. That's how it's supposed to be. So when you see a survey plan, if it's 2021, when you see a survey plan, 2020, recent survey plan, and the surveyor's number is not there, you understand? Those are the kind of things that should first make you start to ask questions. Your number is supposed to be there. If there's any issue, you call the surveyor. So check the survey plan, verify the name, verify that the person is a registered surveyor, and that registered surveyor actually produced that survey plan. That's the number one way and the best way to be sure that your survey plan is genuine.